Among the widespread changes to everyday lives as a result of the coronavirus crisis, local councils in England are warning that residents will see major changes to the public services available to them. Recycling facilities, care homes and library services will all be affected. That's according to the County Council's network, which represents dozens of English local authorities. Well, let's talk now to the chairman of the network, that's David Williams, who joins us now from Hertfordshire. Councillor Williams, thank you very much for being with us on BBC News. Let's start with the decisions that councils took right at the start. Some of the most visible things, for example, the decision to shut libraries and some of the restrictions on care homes. How have they worked out?
Well, it's been a momentous 7 days for us, Sean. We've had to take some important decisions in relation to libraries, as you say, and also then we've taken decisions to close our household waste recycling centres, really driven by the issues of social distancing, gathering, and ensuring that our residents don't make unnecessary journeys. So on the one hand, we've had to suspend those services, but on the other, we've had to intensify our efforts in relation to social care, in relation to homelessness and rough sleeping. And also the government has asked us to take on another service to shield our clinically vulnerable residents in their own homes.
There are some other measures that you have now indicated in the network that you are considering. One would affect recycling centres. Why is that?
Well, we experienced last weekend, I'm the leader of Hertfordshire County Council, and we experienced our busiest weekend ever in our 16 recycling centres. And so we had to come to the conclusion that in terms of social distancing and gathering of residents getting close to each other and to the operatives, we really had to make a call, and it was a call that we just needed to shut that service down. In the meantime, however, our colleagues in district and borough councils are going to continue with their curbside collections.
What about for the coming weeks? Because there are obviously additional financial pressures. You presumably are also trying to free up money for some of the priorities. I mean, the obvious one is people who are kind of vulnerable and you want to ensure don't get admitted to hospital, or alternatively, if they're in a hospital, can be released to free up a bed from somebody who might be suffering from coronavirus.
Yeah, well, one bit of good news, Sean, is that the government put £3.4 billion in our bank accounts on Friday. So short term, there are the resources there to enable us to do what we need to do. But as I was saying, there's been a real important onus on intensifying our efforts to get patients out of hospitals, either back to their homes or into secure settings such as care homes. There's a real imperative to free up hospital beds, and so we're doing everything that we can to get those patients out of hospital when it's safe to do so.
David Williams of the County Council's network, thanks very much for joining us.